Good morning. I am pleased to welcome you to this video. If this lesson is useful to you, you can subscribe the channel for more teaching videos. This lesson is created for the students following diploma courses at Slate, Business Communication. The topic of today's lesson is essay writing techniques. First, we will look at how we can approach the topic, essay topic. One example is given in the slide. The pandemic has affected our children's education. The pandemic has affected our children's education. When we observe the topic, we can identify the keywords. One is pandemic, and the second set of keywords is children's education. So we will see how we can write an essay for this topic. The first task of an essay writer is to identify the topic, identify the keywords in the topic. So here we have identified the words. We have identified the keywords from the topic: pandemic and children's education. Then we can see the structure of the answer. There are three sections. You can see, you can identify in an answer. They are introduction, body parts, and conclusion. The structure of your answer can be divided into three parts. You can repeat introduction, body, and conclusion. We will see how we can compose our introduction paragraph. Usually, there are three sentences in the introduction part. You can write three sentences for the introduction paragraph. First one, explain the keywords in the topic. You have already identified the keywords from the topic. In your first sentence, explain the keywords in the topic. Second, show your stance based on the topic. Show your position. Third sentence, outline what you are going to write in the body parts. You have to write three sentences altogether for the introduction paragraph. I hope that you understood what are the three sentences that you can include for the introduction paragraph. I have written a sample introduction paragraph for you. The sentence red in color indicates the explanation of the key words in the topic. The sentence blue in color indicates the writer's stance or the position regarding the topic. The sentence in green in color indicates the outline. You can read the first sentence of the introduction paragraph. The COVID-19 pandemic, which was first identified in Wuhan, China in 2019, causes numerous difficulties for all the people all around the world. Second sentence, children's education is not an exceptional area where this virus has impacted largely. Millions of poor children have been affected since they could not access the educational opportunities provided via online platforms. Third sentence, therefore, this essay will analyze how children's education is affected due to the recent pandemic. Similarly, you also can compose your own introduction paragraph. I believe that you can compose a better paragraph using this sample. We can move to the body part of the essay. As I mentioned earlier, we divide the answer or an essay into three parts: introduction, body parts, and the conclusion parts. We have seen how we can compose our introduction paragraph. Now, we are to study about how we can construct the body part of the essay. To compose or to develop the body part of the essay, you have to prepare on the three aspects. First, identify 3 or 4 topic sentences related to the topic. Search for some examples, evidences, supportive details for your topic sentence. Third, express your thoughts on the idea indicated in each topic sentence. We will see what are topic sentences and how paragraphs are composed for the body parts. I have identified 3 topic sentences, informative sentences, 3 informative sentences for the topic. First one, school had been a home for learning for many thousands of children. Second, administrating activity-based learning through virtual modes. You have to change this as MODES. Has been a challenge for many teachers, which results in failure in achieving certain intended learning outcomes. Third sentence, according to the reports, loss of income has affected children's education since they could not afford the devices to follow online classes. I have written 3 topic sentences here. Using those sentences, I'm going to compose separate paragraphs. Let's see how we can compose separate paragraphs using those sentences. Composing paragraph, first paragraph. You can see the sentence in red indicates the informative sentence I have written in the previous slide. Traditionally, school had been a home not only for learning, but also for gaining numerous social skills for many thousands of children in the country. Other sentences, the second sentence, black in color and green in color, indicates the supportive details. For the sentence I have written first. Close of the schools for more than 1 year has resulted in losing these opportunities for those children at the prime ages of socialization. Though virtual education modes help to disseminate the knowledge significantly during this pandemic, gaining many other social skills through the interaction with others have been disrupted, which harms the development of a child mentally and socially. So these two sentences are supportive details for the sentence that I have written first. The sentence in blue becomes or stands for the concluding thoughts or the sentence. Therefore, a child could not achieve the true purpose of education fully due to its failure of achieving other necessary social skills for their lives. So you can see how I have composed one paragraph with one sentence. The first sentence has been an informative sentence, and the other two sentences become supportive sentences, and the final sentence of this paragraph stands for the concluding thoughts of the writer. We will see this second paragraph. I have written my informative or the topic sentence first. Similarly, I have used linking word. Similarly, administrating activity-based learning through virtual modes. There also you can change the spelling, MODES, has been a challenge for many teachers, which results in failure in achieving certain intended learning outcomes. So the sentences in red becomes a supportive or supports the first sentence in this paragraph. Since all the physical gathering for learning has been disturbed, teachers look for some innovative ways to deliver their lessons successfully. As far as the primary education is concerned, learning through virtual mode does not help to carry out activity-based lessons effectively compared to the physical administered methods in the class, which lacks the enhancement of associated skills for a child. For example, if a teacher needs to see the understanding of the learners through their facial expressions, in many cases, it has been impossible. You can see I have written 3 supportive sentences. Thus, the last sentence is the concluding sentence. Thus, many children were forced to study, neglecting the concept of activity-based learning in many classes due to the pandemic. The last sentence, which is a concluding, which concludes the thoughts of the writer summarizes the idea of the writer, summarizes the ideas in the second paragraph. We will move to the third paragraph. According to the reports, loss of income has affected children's education in many families since they could not afford their devices to follow online classes. The sentence in black has been written to support the first sentence. Majority of students use either their parents' or siblings' smartphones to attend their online classes. Only a few number of students use computers to attend their online studies, which results in disparities of the educational opportunities the students enjoy. The sentence in blue stands for the concluding thought of the writer for this particular paragraph. On the other hand, if there are more than one child using a same device in the family, their challenge multiplies, and it is the children's education which is affected by the pandemic at last. So we have written 3 beautiful paragraphs. It is one important juncture. We will see how we can compose a paragraph for counter arguments. Even though you believe that you believe how the pandemic affects the children and their education, you can argue from others' point of view as well. When you look at this problem from others' point of view, who disagree with your thoughts, that paragraph, that argument comes under counter arguments. This paragraph is an example for that. However, some people believe that the pandemic has enabled the family members to be united together in this busy era. So you can see how other people look at this problem. Even though you look at a negative aspect of this problem, you bring out one positive aspect some people believe. Further, they insist that many parents could spend their time with their children because of the stay at home and work from home concept imposed by the governments in these pandemic periods. Similarly, everyone has tried to deliver their products and services using modern technology, irrespective of their own geographical and cultural boundaries in these pandemic periods. Some have succeeded and some others have failed in these attempts. So you have mentioned 2 positive aspects of this pandemic. One positive aspect that the parents spend more time with their children. Second positive aspects that some innovative ways of the businessmen or maybe individuals. Anyhow, you have to, in your argument, you have to show those positive thoughts are inappropriate in front of your argument. So you are going to show that to the readers. You start to show that here. Some have succeeded and some others have failed in these attempts. This pandemic has opened some new opportunities for a section of people significantly. However, as far as the children's education is concerned, as a whole, these benefits are few since the pandemic has affected children's education significantly by disturbing their natural development. So even though in this paragraph, even though you point out two positive beliefs of the people, at last what happens, you overcome their arguments as well. So if you include one paragraph like this for your answers, your answer will become more beautiful and attractive for the readers. Conclusion. As I mentioned earlier, the answer can be divided into three parts: introduction, body part, and the conclusion parts. Third part is the conclusion part. Third part is conclusion paragraph. You can write the conclusion paragraph with the linking words such as in summary, in conclusion, or to summarize. Using these linking words, you can start to write your conclusion paragraph. In summary, though various measures have been taken island-wide to deliver educational contents for the students with the help of the modern technology, yet children's education is affected in numerous ways due to some other family and social related factors. Honestly speaking, school will be the only home for a peaceful learning and skill enhancements, along with many other social, moral, and cultural values, irrespective of their social status and economical strengths. Therefore, let's expect for a day to meet all in the school to celebrate our happiness. So it is the concluding paragraph for the essay. If you see the question, actually, when you see the topic, you can see the relationship between the points that you have taken, how far the points that you have taken to interpret the problem appropriates. When you look at your conclusion paragraph with the topic of the essay, you will understand how your points cover or support the essay topic, or how they are helpful to support your arguments. In order to succeed in writing, you have to do enough practices. You have to write. You have to compose paragraphs for some topics. Before composing paragraph, you have to collect the topic sentences, what you can include to develop your body of the answer. If you do so, definitely you can develop your writing skills. It is the end of my teaching today. I will meet you in another video. If this lesson is useful to you, you can subscribe the channel for more teaching videos. Thank you.